Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for who recently subscribed. So let's get into this channel right here, or into this video. What we're doing is we're going to make some homemade seafood stock. And you might be asking me, Saber, why are we making homemade seafood stock when I can buy it myself? Well, I'm going to give you some reasons. The first reason is because it's homemade, so you get all the props, hello, of making it yourself. You can sit there and tell your friends that you slaved all day and made this, and when really you only made it in an hour. And then next, you can pretty much determine how much salt goes into your stock. The stock that you get at the store, you pretty much don't know how much sodium they're using. And for somebody who's really health conscious, it's really best to make it your own. That way you can make it and you know how much salt you're putting in it. And you can personalize the seafood stock to your liking. So you can take away, or you can even add more things into it and make it your own personal seafood stock. So right here you see me roughly chop some vegetables, which I use I use onion, celery, and carrots, and one bay leaf. That's going to be what we call the holy trinity of any stock. That's your base right there. That's what you call your mirepoix. And I just roughly chopped it. Don't worry, you don't have to chop it to a certain, shape or size. We're just using it pretty much for its flavor. And then the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to start to cook the shells, the shrimp shells, which is the reason why it's called seafood stock. I added 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, and then I put in some shrimp shells, which I actually got from a previous dish that we made last week at home. I just kept the shells, I ziplocked them, put them in a bag, placed them in the freezer, took them out, and that's when I decided to make the stock. So that came from a pound of shrimp that I actually used last week. So as I'm cooking them, you see the shrimp shells turn pink. That's because they're starting to cook a little bit, and the oils and the flavor of that shrimp is starting to escape and go into the pot. And then next, I'm going to add a half a tablespoon of minced garlic. Now, if you have fresh garlic on hand, I would advise you to use that. You can use about 2 cloves of fresh garlic, and that should do you just fine. So I'm just give you a close-up of everything and how everything looks in my pan. Once I see that my shells have turned pink, then I'm going to next add my vegetables, which is, like I said, the celery, the carrots, the onion, and one bay leaf. Now, throughout this video, you're going to see me add the salt and pepper. I don't give you the exact measurements, only because, like I said, you can pretty much determine how much salt and pepper you want to add to your stock. If you want your stock to be a little bit to have more flavor to it, then you're going to add some more salt to it. The less salt, the flavor will still be there, but it's not going to be as vibrant as it would be if you were to add a little bit more salt to it. So it's pretty much up to you how much salt you want to add to it. And then I added 1 tablespoon of dried parsley. I mixed that all the way through. Once that was mixed, now we're going to add the water, which is 4 cups of water to our stock. After I add the 4 cups, I covered it, put it on my back burner, and let it simmer for about an hour. Now, with the stock that I've made, you're going to come up to making about 2 cups of stock. Make sure that you keep your stock on a low simmer. And I almost forgot, I'm sorry, I added crushed black pepper too. I like adding crushed black pepper because I just feel like it just makes all the flavors bloom in the stock. So like I said, make sure that you keep your stock to a low simmer, only because you don't want your water or your broth to reduce. You want it to stay pretty much the same. You want the flavors to come through. It is going to reduce by some, but not a lot. I thought I was putting my stock on a low simmer, but when I looked back at it, it was like on a medium boil. So I got close to 2 cups, not quite, which usually I get 2 cups with this, but because I kind of cooked it a little bit more faster, that's why it reduced a lot more. So make sure that you just put it on a low simmer and leave it on the burner for an hour. And voila, you guys, you have homemade seafood stock. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Love and good eat. See you on the next video. Bye.